everyone, and welcome to my very brand new channel, Crafting with Karen. That's Karen with a C. I'm very excited to be starting to do some crafting videos and other stuff like that. I've been watching so many of them online. I've definitely got my favorites. They've inspired me to try doing this myself. So today I'm going to do my very first drill with me or diamond paint with me video. I'm working on a picture I call Phoenix Rising, or the Phoenix. It's by this company Blekseki, which is, I got this from Amazon. And I'll show you the whole picture so you can kind of see. I'm about halfway through, and a little under halfway through. And I tend to work in relatively small sections at a time so that when my hand is leaning on the parchment paper, I'm not hitting the sticky part with my hand when it's open too big. The parchment paper trick I learned from Stitcherista, Danielle. I'm pretty sure she got it from somebody else. I don't recall who, but I do want to give credit to her because I learned it from her. And I like it much better than the plastic coating that comes on these. So this is the picture. You can kind of see, I think, a little bit. No, let's see if we can get this up there. Yeah, that's the picture of the way it showed up on the website. Kind of get that. Bear with me. This is not, like I said, this is all new for me. If I can kind of get that in the frame. There we go. So there we go. Still learning not to hit the button to turn off the recording in the middle of while I'm talking. So let's get this put back onto the area where I'm going to be working today. And tilt that down a little bit. Like I said, I'm still kind of getting used to my camera and my tripod and my whole setup here that I've got. Alright, so that's the area I'm going to be working in right now. And I'm just going to go ahead and cut with a little craft knife. I very carefully, I don't press too hard. Cut my section that I'm going to be working on here. And just cut right down and across. And unfortunately, for this very first one, what you're going to see is, yep, a whole field of 310. Whoop-de-doo! Let's hear it for those blacks. There's a few 939s in here. A couple of dark blue ones. Throw those in there first real quick. And then we're going to use the 3-placer to do the black ones. I'm not an expert at it yet. Still kind of new to the multi-placer, but we're going to give it a shot. Might be a little bit messy, but what I do is I go back through with a credit card and straighten up my rows after I finish it. So if it's a little messy when I'm applying the beads, excuse me, the drills, then it gets a little neater when I do that. So here we are ready to do our black ones now. And while I'm doing that, I'll get to talk to you a little bit, tell you a little bit about myself, so that you can get to know me a little bit. So I'm 52. I live in New Hampshire. I was born in Boston. Lived there till I was about 12, and then my family moved to a suburb of Washington, D.C., where I lived until I went away to college. I went to the University of Michigan in Ann Arbor, Michigan, where I met my husband. And we lived there together for many years before we moved out to San Jose, California, and made an attempt at the .com thing for a few years, and then ended up back here in New Hampshire, back in New England. I missed the seasons when we lived in California. It was beautiful weather all the time, but I kind of missed the snow and the fall and the leaves and everything. So I'm very happy to be back in New England again. We've been here now, back here about 15 years. And we have a son who is 15. He's in the 9th grade. And he was adopted from Russia when he was 2.5. I'll definitely tell that story at some point on my blog here one of these days. The big news in our family right now going on, 2 big newses actually. After 26 years of marriage, my husband and I are unfortunately divorcing. And I'm hoping as I go through that journey that I'll be able to share with you all. Obviously, I won't get into gory details, and I'm really not interested in, trash talking Michael, but to share with you a little bit about my experiences, how it all goes, the process, and happy to answer any questions that I can from y'all. Kind of give you a little insight into how it's all gonna go down. Bottom line is we weren't really happy for quite a while. We were in counseling for a long time, but we just couldn't find a good middle ground. We couldn't make each other happy anymore. And so my husband actually initiated the proceedings. He decided that he wasn't really interested in trying to work any longer on trying to fix things. And even though I was shocked and upset and sad and hurt and disappointed and angry and all of the things you can imagine that I was, I said, okay, I'm not going to fight it. This is happening, and I'm going to make the best of it. So currently, we are still living in the same house, primarily because I am not working. I need to find a new job that will pay the bills decently so that I can create a new life for myself. And that's another journey that I'll be going through, that I'll be sharing with you. The type of job I'm looking for right now is hopefully something in the software training area. I've had a lot of different jobs over the years, many different types of jobs, and never really had a career, so to speak, where it was, one field or one job that was really my chosen profession. But the one job that I did have, that I really enjoyed the most, probably more than any other, was a software training position that I had before we had our son, before we adopted him. And I really enjoyed that the most. So I'm a very good teacher, and I really love it. And so that's what I'm looking for. So I'm got my resume out there. I'm on LinkedIn and Indeed and Monster and all those websites. And I'm looking for a new position. Hopefully I'll find something soon, because the sooner I find something, the sooner I can get an apartment and really start to kind of create my new life. It's a little tough living together, even though we're separated. We're sleeping in separate rooms, but we're living in the same house. And it's not easy. We're managing, but it's not really ideal. And in the meantime, our son Jordan, like I said, he's 15, he's in the 9th grade. He has been doing very poorly in school for really quite a while now, to the point that he's pretty much failing everything. And it's not because of the divorce, but it's certainly the tension and the stress and everything that's in the house really doesn't help. So, although money is tight, we made a very, very difficult decision, and that is to send him to a wilderness slash therapeutic boarding school program for the rest of this school year. So he'll be there probably for about 8 weeks. It's in Maine, and he'll be tomorrow, well, by the time you see this video, he will have already had his last day of school, and then he'll have a week off in between, and then on April 15th we'll be bringing him up there to start his program at this new school. I think it's going to be really good for him. He was understandably shocked when we told him about the fact that we had made this decision. He begged and pleaded, don't send me away, I can do better. But the decision's made. It's been a very difficult one. We've consulted with a lot of people. We've talked to the people at the school. We've talked to various counselors and everybody to try to figure out what's best for him, and we've decided that this is what's best for him. So that is what we're going to do. So as soon as we take him to school, he'll start Monday the 15th up there. When we get back, it's going to be really interesting to see what happens here at home. Like I said, we're still living in the same house, but I really hope to be able to find a job and move out by the time Jordan gets back from school in 8 weeks. So that's going to be my priority, and in the meantime, I guess we're just going to kind of be living together but separated. Mike's dating already. I'm not ready for that yet. So he's out of the house a fair amount, seeing whoever he's seeing. I don't know anything about it. I don't really want to know. But I'm all right. I have a nice space that I'm in the process of making my own little sort of mini apartment within the house, which is the master bedroom, and then this little studio / office, which is where I do all my crafting and where I kind of hang out during the day. And put a little effort into. I don't want to spend a lot of money or a lot of time really fixing it up nice, because I don't expect to be here too much longer, but to at least make it comfortable, because this is really where I'm going to be spending the vast majority of my time, especially once Jordan is gone off to school, when I'm not working. So I'll still use the kitchen and everything downstairs, but I think I'll pretty much live up here. So that's a little bit about me. Craft-wise, I've been diamond painting for about 2 weeks. I love it. I think it is the coolest thing. I've finished 3 projects so far, which I'll show you another day. Excuse me. This Phoenix is my 4th one. I've got several orders from China that are on the way. One is from AliExpress and one is from New Frog, and they each have several items in them. And those have arrived in the US. One, I forget which is which, but one is in San Francisco and one is in New York, according to the tracking, which means it won't be too much longer before those arrive. I'm really looking forward to seeing what those look like. And in the meantime, I'm doing projects from either Amazon, or I've done a couple of the Diamond Dots projects, the Diamond Darts by Leisure Arts that you can get at Michael's and AC Moore. Although those are a little more expensive, and they're almost all partials. I think I have one full drill that I purchased that I haven't unboxed yet, which I'll do a video on when I'm ready to unbox that. So that's a little introduction, a little bit of diamond painting with me. Oh, real exciting, all this black, I know. But I'm looking forward to making more videos and sharing more about my life with you guys and what's happening and going through the divorce. Good days and bad days, sad days and hopeful days. Try not to be too negative, of course. Don't want to turn you guys off. But that's my life. So thanks for watching. If you have any questions, any topics that you want me to talk about or want to learn more about me, feel free to ask in the comments. And I will look forward to doing more videos in the future. Thank you for your patience while I figure all this stuff out. The tripod and the sound and the lighting and the everything. I'm getting there, but it's slow going. But it's kind of cool. Kind of cool. So thanks again, and I will talk to you next time.